Hello and welcome again to another video. In today's video we are updating the BIOS firmware and changing the CPU. As you can see, I have the BIOS in front of me. There are two updates on the BIOS that are available. I've just updated the BIOS from BIOS version F220 to F601. I'm now going to basically start the computer, let it run through to the Windows login, and then I'll restart it and update it to the next BIOS version, which is 5630, I believe. So this is my media server, which houses Plex, etc. So I'm just going to save and exit. This is the media server. We'll just wait for it to load into Windows. We'll restart it and flash the second file. I'll just pause it here for now. Right, as we can see, the Windows login has appeared. So I'm now going to, as I said, this is my Windows 10 machine. It's my media server. It houses Plex and stores my media files and obviously acts as a server. We're going to restart this machine and go back into the BIOS and flash the next file and upgrade it, or should I say update it. I'll just see you in a minute. Right, the computer has now started and we're going to go back into the BIOS. I have a HBA card in here, so it takes a bit of time to load up because currently I have this processor installed. It's a dual core, and I'll be replacing this with this Ryzen 5 2600 I'll be using the CPU cooler that comes with it, and it's a 6-core 12-thread CPU, so it'll be much faster than the Athlon. We'll pause it here for a moment and I will return when I get into the BIOS. Right, I'm back into the BIOS, and as you can see it's 5601. We will go into the advanced mode, go into tools, go into the easy flash, select the storage device and click on that file there, click on no, just make sure we've got the right file again. Yep, that's the one. Yes, we do. And now leave it to do its job of flashing the BIOS. After that, we'll let the computer do its stuff. It'll go on and off a couple of times, start and go back off, start and go back off again. And then it will come back to the desktop. And at that point, we will call this video to an end. Right, as you can see, it has successfully updated the BIOS. Take out the USB drive, which is that one there. Now we'll just wait for it to load up. This part will take a bit of time, so I'm going to pause it here and return back when the Windows login screen pops up. As you can see, it's definitely worked for now. So we're going to go in and just confirm, as we see there, 5603 is now the new BIOS version. On this machine, excuse me, on this machine I can't enable XMP. I think the RAM itself, the RAM stick itself, which is from Crucial, doesn't allow it. But that's not a problem with me. I will be upgrading the memory to 16 or 32 gigs DDR4, probably Corsair RAM, which I can enable DOCP, otherwise known as XMP. Right, we'll save, press F10, press OK, and we'll let the machine run to the logon, after which we will shut down the machine and replace or upgrade the CPU. I will pause it here. I think I'm going to have to take this board out. The only other way to make it work is to to have something underneath it. All I want to do is to be able to put it in such a slanted fashion that, what do you call it, I can because I don't want to. Right. There is a way of doing it. There is a way of doing it. And there we are. It's now on the login screen, and I will now shut it down. I'll pause this video here. I'm going to unbox this before I put the video on pause again in order to position the server. This has a cooler, which at the moment we will be using until I'm able to get the Hyper 212 Black Edition. So, yeah. So that's the CPU, the Ryzen 5 2600, and there's the CPU. We'll put this all back in, keep this out. Right, I'll put you back on pause and I'll see you in a minute. Right, we're now going to take this machine apart. And replace the CPU with this one. It's aside because I don't really want to take out the motherboard, but I don't really have a choice. This is 16 gigs of DDR RAM. finally, the CPU. Excellent. Everything is now disconnected. Position them in such a way that I know which one goes where for when I reinstall the motherboard. This is a Asus X360 Prime Plus. It has 8 SATA ports. That was one of the key reasons why I bought this motherboard. Because what I would like to do is, as I said, this is a Windows 10 machine, but it's my media server, and I want to have as many hard drives as this board can take plugged in without even using the M.2 slot, of which there's one. That's it, that's the last of the screws. There we go. Oh, still got to undo the SATA ports. The SATA cables. I'll be putting in a LSI controller card in here. I bought that from the eBay store of the Art of Server. He's based out in California, and through his videos I bought a card which I will use in here. The graphics card will go obviously in the top slot. Right, let's gently take this out. Oh, there's no other screws, so it should come out. Is there another one? Oh, it would help if I take out my peripherals. There we go. Why is it not coming out then? I'll put it on pause and figure it out 1 second. I have managed to take out the board as well as the cooler, so that's great news. What I'm now going to do is I'm just going to move this over to this side. I'm going to get one of the other motherboard boxes. and we will uninstall and upgrade our CPU. I will be selling this CPU to anybody who is looking for a dual-core low spec CPU. You'll find it on my eBay listing, and you can reach out to me if you want via my website at ashcomputersolutions.co.uk. I'm not a company, this is something I do on the side. Anyway, let's carry on. Excuse me. There we are. The AMD Athlon 3000G. Right, now we can put this new processor. There isn't much difference between, as far as what I've read, between this processor, the AMD Ryzen 5 2600 and the AMD Ryzen 5 3600. The 3600 is the one I wanted, but there was two reasons why I bought this one. One, the price had gone up by about £30 here in the UK and it wasn't available. This one was at the price I was willing to pay, and of course it was available. That's it. Just take that out again, make sure the pins are fine, and they are. There we go. that's it. I have a slight OCD on that. I just like to, I may take it once or twice, maybe 3 times in and out, and then I'll put it back in. I'll let it put it in for the final time, and then I'll continue. I have that element of an OCD sometimes. It does happen, unfortunately. Now, got to take this. If I'm not wrong, it is the cooler I think it is, and yes, it is. Yep, so what we'll do, we'll take this out first, and we want to put it, oh shit, I'm going to put it in this way, which is fine. I'm obviously going to take this out because yeah, that was a mistake, wasn't it? Never mind. That's it. Now, we'll put in this. If the board bends, it's not a problem, as long as obviously it's not over bent. If it cracks, it's done. So once it stops, don't go beyond that. You will break the mechanism, and you'll basically render the board useless. That's it. It's rather lower than I was expecting, but hey, sometimes that's how it is. CPU fan, CPU opt. So we go. Just put that behind there. That's it, that's what I wanted. That's it. Now what we'll do, we'll put it straight back inside, and yeah, job done. let's get the first bunch in, so at least we know where we stand. I have a qualification in I was just checking to make sure it's recording because I totally forgot. I have a qualification as a City and Guilds IT technician. I have 3.5 years of experience in an IT company. I have built a few computers. And I'm hoping to grow my hobby and help others have computers by building these for them. Yes, I charge, but my charge would be nominal because I would like to, like I said, help people, and this is a passion of mine. Alright, let's start to get these back on track. Sorry, I'm using words that normally don't make sense. Anyway, let's reconnect everything and boot it up again. Cool. Excellent. Right, let's get this back in here. So the CPU power and the motherboard power are now plugged in. Let's get the HD audio plugged in, which goes into there. HD audio. That's further in there, that's good. Yep. That's all good. Right. USB. I don't use the USB 3 on this on there because at the moment, because every time I've tried to use the USB, although it works when it comes to pulling it out, the whole damn thing comes out, and I don't like that. I hate that so much. Right. That's good. In fact, what I should do, get these cables in there. Right. Reset goes into there. Power switch. Power switch goes into the one on the other side. Cheers. Nope, wrong one. HDD. That goes into there. This one is the power LED. They go into there we go, that's it. And now we'll plug these SATA cables in. Cool. Lovely. Right, now we've got them in, so put the RAM stick back in. Excellent. Graphics card, right. As I said, I'm not a gamer. If I was a gamer, the games I'd be playing would be the 1990s Tekken 1, 2, 3, Formula 1 of that generation, of that era, and the Formula 1 of now. They're the games that excite me, that I like. I don't personally like these war type games. For me, they're not interesting. Rather than trying to have a positive vibe, you know, there's an element of negativity in that. So I don't personally like them, but that's just my choice. And you know, everybody has their own choices. Right. As I said in a previous video, this HBA card will be replaced by an LSI 9201-8I card, which is a proper kind of a RAID card, but it will be used to help make this particular caddy as one bunch of drives. In the meantime, this is how we are proceeding, and yeah, so excuse me, let's now boot this up and see how it goes, I suppose. Right. This motherboard does have onboard graphics capability, but at this moment in time, the CPU that I would have wanted did not have 6 cores. I believe it's a 4-core, 8-thread processor, the Ryzen 5 3400G, I think. Anyway, I'm going to pause the video here, move the case to the monitor area, and we'll replug it in. See you in a minute. We're all now set up, and let's see how this goes. Would help if I switch it on. There we go. Just going to pause it for a moment. Right, as you can see, it's detected that there's a new CPU installed, and it has detected all the drives, which is fantastic. And my main two were the top two, because the Mac Store is my OS. I wanted that in number 1. It's in number 1, and the SanDisk is in number 2, which is exactly what I wanted. So it's recognized it all. We're going to go into F1, and we're going to just check out the motherboard, and it's recognized the Ryzen 5 2600 6-core processor, so it's recognized the CPU, which is exactly what we want. That's fantastic. Obviously, we've updated the BIOS from 5220 then 5601 to 5603. So that's fantastic. It's recognized the RAM, which is great. Again, the RAM stick is going to be changed to perhaps most likely Corsair. And I will sell this. If anybody wants it, please let me know in the comments below. Due to COVID and especially with the trade with Europe going up in terms of costs, this is only going to be sold to UK nationals. Right, so if we go to F7, which is advanced, and press F10, that's it. We'll wait for it to boot up into Windows. It will probably require some graphics to be installed, so we'll do that. In the meantime, I'll just pause it here, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Right, it's booting up into Windows, so we'll just wait for it to do that. Right, I'm just going to log in because I believe we're going to need some graphics drivers. Just going to install a few drivers. So as we can see, it's a Ryzen 5 2600, which is what it's picked up, so that's all good, it's all great. Right, I think we'll end this video here. As we can see, the computer is now working. Thank you all so much for viewing this video. I really appreciate it. Do like and subscribe, and whenever I post another video, I will let you know. If you need to contact me, or if you'd like to contact me to have your own PC either upgraded or new PC built, let me know. If you would like any aspects of your laptop to be upgraded, like your memory and SSD, which are the only two things that I can upgrade, let me know. Drop me an email at ashcomputersolutions@gmail.com. Go to my website ashcomputersolutions.co.uk, or via Facebook and Instagram. And finally, you can contact me via WhatsApp on 07375 871 689. In the meantime, thank you for your viewing. Thank you for viewing my video, and I hope to speak to you